Hurricane Helene. She has already got the United States in the crosshairs as she slowly makes her way towards this country. And when she hits, her projected track keeps her over land almost all the way to Indiana as well as Illinois. But once that storm hits, it's going to affect much more than just this area as it begins to dissipate. This map here shows the potential impact of rain and flooding from the storm. So to help you out, here's an encore recap of the best ways to protect yourself from a hurricane. Unlike other forms of severe weather, hurricanes are no surprise.
We have some advance notice as opposed to something like a tornado where you might not know until like minutes before.
Before the storm hits, preparation is the key. What should a good emergency kit actually contain, do you know?
So emergency kits can have different things depending on your family's needs. Things like medications that you need for your family, for your pets, for yourself, emergency supplies, so food that isn't going to go bad super quickly, like canned goods can be great, shelf-stable items. Things like a first aid kit can be super helpful to have. It's good to include important documents, passports, things like birth certificates, vaccination records for your pets, just anything that you think you might need in the event that you have to leave your house and can't return for a bit of time.
Almost any severe weather can result in flooding, threatening your home and your life.
People get swept away in flooding in their cars way too often, and even if there's not super deep water and you think you might be able to drive through it, you could still get swept away by that water.
You can't stop a flood from entering your home, but you can protect yourself financially with flood insurance. But you can't wait until the last minute. When it comes to flood insurance, you can't apply for it a couple of days before the storm hits, right?
Yeah, so typically with flood insurance, if it's not mandatory where you live, there's a 30-day waiting period for the policy to go into effect.
Because power outages can be frequent and common during severe weather, make sure that you have a standby ready. And if you're sheltering in place, make sure that you have something to provide alternative electricity or way to listen to the radio or the TV or something in case the power goes out, right?
Yeah, so you can get radios that are battery operated, that you can hand crank, that kind of thing.
Flood watch. Please listen to NOAA weather radio or go to weather.gov on the internet for more information about the following hazards.
That way, in case you lose power, lose Wi-Fi, you still have access to the news in some way.
And when it comes to cleanup after the storm, make sure that conditions are safe. And if you're going to hire a contractor, check their recommendations to make sure they aren't a storm-chasing scammer. Working for you, I'm the consumer guy, Steve Sprazier.